Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another round of the ANZCAR truck. I'm Mark Johansson, and I am flying solo tonight, so bear with me. We shouldn't have any sound issues or anything tonight because it's me, and I'm not trying to take it off through Discord or anything. So we'll start with the track tonight. We're at Darlington. It's a very tricky track. Guys either love this place or they hate it. The track is 1.31 kilometres long, miles long, or 2.11 kilometres. 4 turns, and of course we're at Darlington, and we see the guys just starting to go out on track now. The 035 of Simon Heddershide. The very different lines through here at this joint. Some will come down, cut turn one a little bit, but yeah, it's very, very different. So we might actually just jump on board and watch Simon's lap from the cockpit here. This is the view he's basically seeing. As you can see, he's actually staying up high. The place to run here is up high against the wall, as much as you can. Down the back straight in the turns too. Should start looking at turning in here. Keeps it nice and high. And we can see here he's lost the rear end of the truck. He's done well to keep it going, but that's a time that he will not benefit from. I might just jump over to Joy Schultz sitting there at pit exit, waiting to take his lap. So we might see if we can go back to someone that is actually on track. Perry Akanakis in the 144 truck. So his first lap was a 13.3, and that will put him way down in the order at the moment. So it looks like we may even have a few guys electing not to run a qualifying tonight. So we'll just have to wait and see how we go there. Might jump here with Carl Whitty actually just coming back into the pit after his 2 laps, and he's put himself into 11th spot at the moment, so that's not a bad effort from Carl. When we go to switch to Josh Mickelmore, he's currently sitting in 13th, but I would expect Josh to improve a little as we clock over with only a minute 44 left in qualifying, and it looks like Josh has done his laps and has put it to the top. So at the moment we've got Josh Mickelmore in pole, Hamish Gallagher second, Darren McKenzie in third, and Daniel Hattershide in fourth, with Storm and Norman Clark up into the top 5 for tonight's start, and Denny G in sixth. And unfortunately it looks like we're only going to have about half the field decide to qualify tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, that definitely looks like we've only had 18 cars decide to set a time tonight. So, unfortunately, not a lot I can do. Good evening, Hayley, and good evening, Sarah. Welcome to the broadcast as normal, Sarah. Glad to see you're not at work tonight, mate. Maybe I should get you up here in the booth one night, Sarah, and we can have a chat. You can tell us all Kobe secrets. So we now will go to the race proper. So, on the front row, we have a excuse me, we have a Mitch Motorsport lockout with Hamish and Josh Mickelmore. Second row, Darren McKenzie and Daniel Hattershide. Third row, Norman Clark and Denny G. Fourth row, Lachlan Urkleo and Sam Smith. Good to see Sam's up there again tonight. Row 5, Ryan Jones. And a great result there for Jai Schultz into 10th spot out of row 5. Row 6, Stevie Dubb and Brad Fenley. Row 7, Sean Dookie, Carl Whitty. Another great effort there by Carl up that high. Perry Akanakis in row 8 alongside Simon Heddershide. Row 9, Wesley Close, Jack Barrett. And unfortunately, everyone else from there back decided not to set a time. So I am, unfortunately, I cannot give you any more. That's all right, Sarah. It doesn't matter if you don't know nothing about racing. Most of us don't either. So. So as we're waiting for the guys to finish gridding up, it should be an interesting night. 100 laps here. So they have unlimited tyres again tonight, as usual in the trucks. So we might just bring up that information. So 100 laps, 131 miles race distance, or 211 kilometres. Unlimited. I'm not sure what they are getting out of the tank tonight. Normally it's about, from memory, it's about 60 to 70 laps on fuel on a tank. But what is going to be the hard thing here tonight is tyres. As we take the shot from down the back straight as the guys coming out of turn 2. Some great camera angles again tonight, so we will try and keep on top of it. I do apologise if I go a little quiet. That's because I'm playing with cameras and I just forget. I hope that we don't have any of the technical issues like last week. And as they come around for the green flag, we'll see who will get us jump here into the start zone. And it looks like Mickelmore has got the jump over Gallagher. And we've seen it there, both these guys have got a little bit of a wheel spin, and that's typical at this joint till some heat gets in the tyres. Great start there by Josh, Hamish and Danny H tonight in the 035 in the Hot Wheels car truck. So great start. Darren McKenzie up into 4th already, and we are under caution already. So I will see. Looks like Parry Akinakis may have had a little bit of an oops, and if we go to a replay, we'll see if we can go back a little bit further. I hope it's not Kobe. It's come up with Kobe's had an issue. So let's hope we haven't jinxed him, Sarah, eh? Oh, Brett Campbell's got into the wall, last week's race winner. Some great new paints there for the inside lane Sim Sports guys. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened. Okay, it's 999 of reasonably close. Just bear with me, trying to find this. Okay, it looks like Sam and Brad may have got together, and that was that for them guys. Still under caution at the moment. We've Josh still out in front. We might just check on Kobe for Sarah. He's in pit lane along with I think it's Luke in the other bluey purple car. So it looks like Matty Ray's been involved in that too. Unfortunate for him. Sam Smith has sustained too much damage and has retired early. We'll jump back here. So Luke Crum has been able to get away from that accident. So might jump back up the front because I reckon we're going to go back green. This pace car pulls off into the restart zone, the Geico restart zone. You can see there on the outside wall, and it's also a match on the inside wall. And we're away, and we're green again with Luke Crum this time in the background into the wall, touching it. But we have Mitch Motorsport 1 and 2. Then we have Natari. Then we have of Daniel Hedderscheid. Then Southern Stars in Darren McKenzie. So not a bad one. We'll jump back here at the rear of the field a little bit. You've got Carl, looking at Carl Whitty there, along with Sean Dookie. But everyone seems to be getting through that all right. And we are back up the front, and these boys will settle into a rhythm and try and drive away. Yeah, Sarah, I'll jump back and have another look at the cars when I get a chance. But from what I've seen, they didn't look like they had a lot of damage. I reckon they may have just rubbed the wall. But that's standard here with the old Darlington stripe. So these boys are definitely checked out a little bit now. We've got Simon and Brett Campbell back there with Ruben Phelps. So we'll go back up the front. So we got Josh Mickelmore, Hamish Gallagher in second, Daniel Hedderscheid in third, Darren McKenzie fourth. Norman Clark is leading that second pack in fifth with Denny G. Ryan Jones there in the 11 car. Stevie Dubb, DPR car. Then we've got the first of the SRM boys in Lachlan Urkleo. And Joy is up into the top 10. So great start for Joy. Ruben Phelps there in the 06 car just outside. And we've got Simon Heddershield. Brett Campbell in the Golden Octopus Foundation car truck in 13th. Jack Barrett behind him. Then we've got Paul Grady. By the look of it, he's the Solo Lucas truck oil truck out there tonight. Perry Akanakis, Luke Crum. A great looking paint scheme there on those trucks. As I said, Kobe's done some great paint schemes this year. Carl all by himself down in 18th. And Kobe, Sean Dookie, Christopher Tomlin in the 2021. Wesley Close out there at the back. And Matty Ray has been able to get that truck back out and currently running in 23rd. And Brad Finley is in the pits. But what we might do, just to give my voice a bit of a break, we might just jump on board with Denny G there in third spot and run a few laps with him. As you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, it's not all go pedal here. You can hear through the sound where he's getting on and off the gas, picking his spots where he's getting on the gas, and then letting it roll through the mid corner, and then back on the gas as he exits. You see from that shot just how close they're riding up against the wall, and really not getting down where you see a lot of these guys get down through the exit of the turns, mid corner, but they're not really getting down there. So it looks like everyone's decided to settle down. We see these guys at the front, Micklemore, Gallagher and Heddershide starting to clear out on Darren McKenzie. And Darren is going to have a little bit of a lonely race. And if these three at the front decide to really work together, which they are, and they probably check out a little bit and leave the rest of the field. But we'll go back and check mid-pack here. Checking with Jai Schultz. So Jai's been able to come up 2 spots, so he's now up to 8. Stevie Williams and Denny G just in front of him. Lachlan Urquio, the first of the SRM cars trucks tonight. Norman Clark and Ruben Phelps, two of our Kiwi drivers there together. Jump back to Paul Drady out by himself in the 129 truck. Then if we jump back here, this looks like it might be a bit of a battle with Simon Heddershide, Luke Crum and Perry Akinakis. And I know I'm pronouncing that wrong for sure. Jump back and check Kobe Jordan and Christopher Tomlin, 2 teammates there. As I said, you can see their new paint schemes for this round, and leading on for the rest of the season. I believe they may have another bit of a swap later in the year. Oh, Christopher right up against the wall, definitely looking at putting that stripe on that right side of the truck. Carl Whitty in the pits again with Brad Finley. And by the looks of it, that accident that may have taken its toll for Matty Ray, as he's put the truck behind the fence, unfortunately. We see Darren McKenzie heading down in the pit lane. By the he's pulled up, he's stopped, he's towed. So he's may have hit the fence fairly hard. I'll just go back and see if we can find it. Oh yeah, they've touched, and that's really hurt Darren. And it's touched the inside wall there, so it looks like he may have just pulled it up on the pit road. And we've seen now that Josh Micklemore and Hamish Gallagher have got a gap now over third place man Daniel Hedderscheid. Josh Schultz has dropped way back and he's in the pits. So nothing come up. He's looks like he's just come through pit lane, so that's good for him. So quarter of the way away through the race, and as I said, we still have no change up the front. Still got Micklemore, Gallagher, Hedderscheid now a 2-second gap over between him and second place. Ryan Jones is now up in the 4th place, and Danny G is hot on his tail. Stevie Williams is there, and he's slowly closing in on Danny G. Lachlan is all by himself out there with no one around him, but his teammate Ruben Phelps has got past Norman Clark and is now running in 8th. 9th we have Norman Clark with Paul Drady closing in there. As we can see, these guys come down into 1 and 2. Luke Crum up into 11th. Parry up into 12th. Simon 13th. Jack Barrett 14th. Kobe Jordan up to 15th. Christopher Tomlin up to 16th. Sean Dookie 17th. Brett Campbell 18th. Wesley Close in 19th, and Jai Schultz in 20th. I'd say Jai's trying for that alternative strategy again tonight. Come down early and get the big undercut, and you can see he's definitely got some fresh tyres on that by the way he's just driven past Simon. Jump back up here towards the front. No real battles going on anywhere through the field at the moment. So so we had 26 truck start, and we have lost Darren McKenzie, Carl Whitty, Matty Ray, Aidan Schultz and Sam Smith. Brad Finley is still stationary. No, he's back out, so he's now 22 laps down from the leaders, but he's out rotating and getting points. And check back up the front. Still no change there at the front. No change in the top 5. or really in the top 10. So except for Paul Drady, he's now up into 9th, and Norman Clark back to 10th. Well, these two have really checked out at front. There's now 3 seconds between Gallagher and Daniel Hederscheid, sorry, and then a further 4 seconds back to these two, Ryan Jones and Danny G, running in 4th and 5th. Yes, Sarah, we kind of sort of need a caution here to close everything up, back up. So Brett Campbell in the 015 Golden Octopus car there is the first car truck a lap down. Josh Schultz is a lap down also now, as we see Ruben trying to get past Brett, and Brett's kindly moved down track a little bit and given him the room to get past. Ryan Jones by himself got a little bit of a gap now over Danny G. Oh, Simon. Sorry, Daniel Hederscheid. Yes, we are back under caution. So we just seen the tail end of that. We will go back and see what we can find here. So you see just Danny losing the rear end. Oh, very lucky not to get Daniel Hederscheid spinning, not lucky not to get Danny G. And unfortunately, once those tyres start to go, they really go. And I think we will find that most of these guys will come for a tour through pit lane for a service. As we catch live action again now, and we can see the boys coming down pit lane. Front 3, front 4. Just watch these boys. So all going up on the right side jacks. While they're doing this, they'll be taking fuel, and it looks like they've all opted for the 4 tyres and fuel. Just jump up the front here with Sean Dookie in the 26. He's actually showing in the lead, but yes, he's down in the pit lane now, and you can see some very heavy damage to the right side of that truck. So he's definitely wearing the Darlington stripe. Luke Crum in the pit lane in the background there in the green Toyota. Joy Schultz, by the looks of it, is back in the pit lane. He's definitely had some contact with the outside wall. As you can see, some heavy damage there on the right side of that truck. Jump back up the front here. So Simon Heddershaw is actually back on the lead lap now. So, but he's down in 16th spot in the. So he will get a wave around, and the 127 truck of Jack Barrett should also get a wave around. Luke Crum is now the first truck a lap down, so he may get his lucky dog this time by. No, he's slowing for some reason. Okay, so he's had to let one of his teammates past. But back up the front. Sajai's come in and taken tyres to get that fresh rubber back under him. So he is back on the lead lap though. I can tell you that he's the last truck on the lead lap. So back on the green this time by for the second or third time tonight. And Micklemore has got another great start, straight up into the high line, and going to try and work with his teammate Hamish Gallagher there. Ryan Jones has done well and up into third spot. So you can see these guys are really starting to work well again together. Stevie Dubb on the inside there, trying to make a move on Denny G. Great move by the looks of it, and he hasn't been able to make it work, so he's dropped back into 5th place. Lachlan Urclio there in 6th place. Jump back up the front here for a minute, and we can see that gap now already starting to open up again over the rest of them. Micklemore has really got this track sorted out tonight, so we will continue to see how this pans out. But it's Micklemore and Gallagher's show tonight, and then Ryan Jones is the best of the rest, with Denny G, Stevie Dubb, Lachlan Urquio. Paul Drady has done a great job up in the 7th spot. Daniel Heddershaw has recovered to get back up into 8th. Ruben Phelps there on his tail in 9th, and Storm and Norman in 10th, and then as the rest of the field. But we'll jump back up here to the front, and we can see Ryan Jones starting to close in a little bit, but it's still nearly half a second, blowing out to almost a second now. Okay, thanks for that, Sarah. Apparently, Luke Crum had got a penalty for passing under the yellow. Sometimes it's a bit hard to see where you're supposed to be, but unfortunately, Luke Crum now has ended up 3 laps down because of that penalty. Oh, we've got Gallagher making a move on Micklemore, and it looks like Gallagher has made that move through 3 and 4 to take the lead. And this has closed Ryan Jones right up on the back of these two. Just wondering if Josh has maybe touched the wall somewhere and we haven't seen it, and that's given Gallagher the chance to get past. But there doesn't seem to be any damage down the right side of that truck. So we will ask him at the end of the race if we see him in the green room or in the box afterwards. So we've reached half race distance, and just to cap off the top 10 again, we've got Hamish Gallagher out front, Josh Micklemore, Ryan Jones, Denny G, Stephen Williams, Lachlan Urquio, Daniel Heddershide, Paul Drady, Ruben Phelps, and Norman Clark. But as we can see in the background there behind Norman, Joy Schultz definitely having a great run, and this will put him into the top 10 if he can get past Storm and Norman. Kobe Jordan, team boss there, having a good run in 12th. Paria Akanakis in 13th, and Christopher Tomlin 14th. Sean Durkee in the orange machine there, carrying a lot of damage down the right hand side in the 15th. Simon Heddershide in 16th. Jack Barrett in 17th, and Luke Crum in 18th. And last car still out there is Wesley Close, 7 laps down in 20th position. But back out at the front, we can see Gallagher really starting to stretch his legs and get out in a good gap there. Excuse me. We're almost out to a second gap between Gallagher and Micklemore. But still keeping Micklemore honest is Orion Jones in the number 11 truck. Good to see him actually back out here on the track with the ANZCAR trucks. Might jump on aboard the Lucas Oil truck there. Might jump on the nose and just have a lap or two and watch his lines through this place. just start having a look at the right front suspension, you see just how close they do get to the wall. Yeah, Sarah, this place you either love or you hate, and I personally I hate the joint because it's not really an oval; it's more of an egg-shaped type track. So yeah, definitely not an enjoyable place. Oh, you may have seen, well, I'd say Joyce must have touched the fence again because he's definitely coming down pit lane as we can see, and there's some more damage to that right front of that or the right side of that truck. So he's actually had a big knock on his truck, and he's taking tyres. But while we've been watching a little bit of the back, we've got a change for second place, and this is really starting to heat up. Second, third, and fourth. We've seen Ryan Jones get around Mickelmore, and now Denny G around Mickelmore. So Josh, in a period of 5 laps, has gone from basically the leader lap back to fourth place, and Stevie Dubb is only a second behind Josh Mickelmore. So I don't know if Josh, as I said a bit earlier, has touched the fence and we've missed it, but he's definitely under some attack from the guys around him. But up the front, Hamish Gallagher has got now a 2-second gap between himself and the 11 truck of Ryan Jones. Denny G is keeping Ryan Jones honest, and will start to really work the back of the truck. And unfortunately, it looks like we may have lost Daniel Heddershide. I've got to come up, so we'll go back and have a look and see what actually happened to Daniel Heddershide, because he's taken it behind the wall by the looks of it. So it doesn't seem like there's much happened. Go back a little bit further, but I'll say that he's just sustained too much damage from that rub of the wall before. So we've actually had 2 cautions. We had one on that second lap. So yeah, unfortunately, we're now down to 18 cars still running, but Jai Schultz is a lap down in a 14th spot as we pick him up there, coming through 3 and 4. Yes, 3 and 4, coming back across the start finish line and into 1 and 2. Jack Barrett is 2 laps down. Luke Crum is not having a great night, but he's still out there circulating. He's 5 laps down. And of course Wesley Close in the 75 car is 8 laps down. But Lachlan Urquio into the pit lane, and he's definitely had a rub with the wall. I don't think there's too many trucks out here tonight that haven't found that outside wall. I don't want to put the mocker on Hamish, because I do believe that truck may be clean down the right hand side, and we should see here. Yep. He's just driving well within himself. But this heat now is really starting to heat up as Denny G gets past Ryan Jones for second place. And Micklemore is definitely having a run, but we see Jones, just seeing where he's gone. He's actually coming in the pit lane, so we'll just keep an eye on him for the moment, just to see what he does in this green flag pit stop. Lap 70 of 100, so that gives us 30 to go. I think he may be coming in, and this will see him to the end of the race. But in this joint you will go a lap down if you take tyres and fuel here under the green. So he's definitely taken right side tyres, and he's going to take left sides. So he's should be serviced and ready to go to the end. Back with Hamish Gallagher, the race leader. It looks like he's in the pit lane. It's Josh Micklemore. Josh has stayed out, so Stevie Dubb has stayed out. Denny G's in. Ruben Phelps is still out there. So we'll let this group of service pit stops go through. So just catching the left side tyres going on to Hamish. So he's taken 4 tyres. Denny G would have taken 4 tyres. So back out the front with Josh Micklemore and Stevie Williams. And that's given Paul Drady a chance to get up and get in the third spot. So my teammate for the Xfinity car, so it's good to see him up into the top 3 at the moment, but I say he will probably have to come down pit lane. So back out front, Josh Micklemore has got a 0.2 of a second gap over Stephen Williams from DPR. Ruben Phelps has done really well for himself now. He's up to a 4th place. And as we said, Hamish Gallagher and Ryan Jones have definitely gone a lap down. So that is now everyone up to position, down to position 7 on the lead lap. And Hamish Gallagher in P8 is 1 lap down. But that should sort itself out when these guys out front have to take another pit stop, I would say. We can see the speed difference there. Hamish Gallagher coming back around to unlap himself on these leaders. So that's Hamish now back on the lead lap after taking his final stop and back out there. This won't work well for Stevie Dubb and Josh Mickelmore and the guys that have stayed out. You've got to hope that they do not need to stop, otherwise that is going to put them a lap down. All they need to hope that there is a caution in these last 24 laps. See in the background here again, Ryan Jones coming up to unlap himself. By those two, Hamish Gallagher and Ryan Jones have got good tyres under themselves. They're trying to make haste, but what they've got to be careful of is they don't overcook those tyres and not being able to get back to these two guys at the front here to challenge for them for the race win. You just see in the background, I think that was Jack Barrett in the 127 car just touched the wall coming across the strike. But if we jump on board here, we can definitely see that these guys are not pushing all that hard up the front now. Boy, with Josh Mickelmore, he started in on the pole. He's currently leading the race. The lowest spot he's been tonight is down to 4th. The fastest lap is a 29.9, and you can see there the last lap he did was a 32.2. So it's definitely a big drop off in tyres. He's done 41 laps on this set of tyres. So I'd say he's probably going to try, hoping for a caution. If not, I'd say he's probably going to try and drive home on these tyres. Stevie Dubb is also in the same spot as we go see them come up side by side, and Stevie Dubb trying to make a move. But both, as I said, both of these now on 42 lap tyres. Denny G there starting to close in. He will get these guys back and get himself back on the lead lap. So Hamish Gallagher is the person on the the leader on the freshest tyres. He now has Stevie Dubb now has the race lead as we see Mickelmore going to pit lane, I believe it is. I just checked that. No, Stevie Dubb has actually dropped out for some reason. So not sure what's happened there. But this gives Stevie Dubb the race lead, and we can see Christopher Tomlin being passed, or trying to pass that truck of Stevie Dubb. Oh, he's into the wall hard there. Lachlan Urquhart coming there to unlap himself, and that will pull him back onto the lead lap, back in 10th spot. The next person that I would say will be catching Stevie Dubb would be Josh Schultz and Kobe Jordan. So now we have a change for second place with Ruben Phelps up in the second place and Paul Drady in third. Norman Clark back in fourth place. Hamish Gallagher has done a great job and moved himself back up in the fifth spot. His last lap was a 31.02, while the race leader, Stephen Dubb, was a 33.2. So there is a big difference there, almost 2 seconds. So we may see a very interesting race at the end between these guys. Might just check out again up here, see if Paul Drady can get back onto the tail end of Ruben Phelps. So Hamish is slowly but surely catching Paul Drady in third spot, but his last time was a 31.2 and Paul's time was a 32.5. So he's still just over a second quicker than third place man Paul Drady. But Stevie Williams out there by himself, just circulating with 9 laps to go now. There's a 5-second gap, so don't know if Hamish may get past these past Paul and Ruben, but I don't know if he'll have enough time to catch Stevie Dubb, our race leader at the moment. So looks like Paul's found the wall there fairly heavily, and that wouldn't be surprised. He's got 54 laps on that set of tyres. Hamish Gallagher is definitely out and after the guys in front. He's now up in the third spot. He's definitely got his eyes set on on Ruben Phelps. As we jump into the cockpit, you can see the truck up in front there. That is Ruben Phelps. So you can see there those tyres, even though they're only 23 laps old, he got a big push there. He had to get right out of the gas. You'll probably find he even touched the brake there just to turn that car down, keep it off the wall. He's definitely catching Phelps. He's now can see him play it and stay, and he will make his move, I would say, down the back straight. He won't do it here. Just nice and easy, stays low, he can keep that truck low, and that's the move done for second place. Back out to the wall. So can he catch Stevie Dubb? Yes, he can, because he's now within 1.5 seconds, and we only have 4 laps to go. Nearly a second. There was exactly a second difference. So at the end of the next lap, if he doesn't get held up by traffic, we will see Hamish Gallagher on the tail of our race leader, Stevie Dubb. And as you can see there, he's already onto the tail of him. He's got him in his sights. This has been a great drive back from a lap down. He's been able to drive his way back to the race lead. And remember, he is a past champion of this series. So here we go, the move for first place. Stevie Dubb knows that he wouldn't have a lot to fight with him. So, and we can see Stevie just trying to get out of the road. No, he can't put up a fight. So with 3 laps to go, Hamish Gallagher takes the lead and will win this race, barring an accident. Again, both Stevie Dubb and Ruben Phelps in the background. And I would say Ruben Phelps, yes, has taken second spot. So that's not a bad result for Ruben. But we'll go up here to see Hamish Gallagher take the white flag. The last lap, under 2 miles, or under 1.5 mile to go now. And Hamish will take the win tonight here at Darlington. As we see him come up onto Christopher Tomlin in the 212 car. But Christopher may be able to just stay out in front there and have to do another extra lap. And we can see here Hamish Gallagher just takes the checkered flag. Ruben Phelps will cross the line for second, and Stevie Dubb in third. Excuse me. Ryan Jones in fourth, and rounding out the top 5, Storm and Norman. So a great result there for Norman Clark. So we're not going to see a burnout. He's decided to go back in the pit lane. So we will bring up the results for you. Hamish Gallagher, first place from Mitch Motorsports. Ruben Phelps, SRM Australia, in second. Stevie Dubb, DPR, third. Ryan Jones, fourth. Fifth, Norman Clark. Sixth, Paul Drady. Denny G in seventh. Lachlan Urquio in eighth. 9, Peria Akanakis. I'll leave it. He's done well. So he is the first car a lap down. Kobe Jordan, great result there. You've got to be happy with that, Sarah. He's done well to get into the top 10 tonight. So well done, Kobe. Over the page, Jai Schultz, another good drive up into 11th. Sean Dookie 12th. Christopher Tomlin 13th. Luke Crum 14th. 15th Wesley Close. 16 Jack Barrett. And unfortunately we ended up losing Josh Micklemore for 17th place. Daniel Heddershide in 18th. Simon Heddershide in 19th. And Brett Campbell, last week's race winner, up into 20th spot. And then Darren McKenzie from Southern Stars Esports in 21st. Carl Whitty, unfortunately, as some of you have seen in the chat there, we had a figure of 8 race earlier tonight, and Carl's worn himself out. So hard luck for Carl there in 22nd. 23rd, Brad Finley. Matty Ray in 24th. 25th, Aidan Schultz. Sam Smith in 27th. 26th, sorry. Tristan Koch in 27th. And rounding out the field tonight was 28, Kyle Turner. So, I will see if we have these guys in our green room. Stevie Dub is there, so we will pull Stephen Williams up here into the booth. Congratulations, Steve. 3rd place, mate. Looked like you were going to get the race win there for a little while, but wasn't to be tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with where I finished up anyway. But yeah, just miscalculated just a fraction. Had to really back it off right at those last 2 laps.
Was it fuel or tyres, mate?
Fuel.
Fuel, right.
I was out, coughing and spluttering as I went into 3 and 4.
Well, mate, it's definitely not the way you wanted to finish. But mate, you started out at 11th and got up to first. Excuse me, but finished 3rd. So overall, wasn't a bad effort tonight.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. Had a shocker in quali, and just pretty full on the battles there at the starts. Off the green flag, it's pretty intense in the first turn.
Yeah, mate. People don't realise just how bad this track is. You either love it or you hate it. How do you feel about it? Do you like it or do you?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it because you really got to plan your moves and I don't know. I just really enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, off to North Wilkesboro next week. Another nice little short track. How you shaping up for that one?
Yeah, I don't mind the short tracks. They're good fun.
Yeah. Well, mate, before we let you go, shout out to sponsors, supporters, and anyone else.
Yeah, just well done to Hamish and Ruben, and unlucky for Josh with a dropout then. And ANZCAR for putting on the series, you for doing the broadcast, and then all the fellas at sinrigs.com, Southwood Lifts and Hoist, Ben Max Mechanical, Phoenix Smokers, NP Designs, and DPR Racing.
Good man. You haven't forgotten anyone?
That's it. Pretty sure.
Well, mate, thanks for joining us in the booth tonight. Nice, quick, short one. At least we can do some interviews tonight. We've got things sorted out here. So, again, congratulations, mate. And we will see you back for the trucks next week. I'm not sure where the Xfinity cars or the Cup cars are this week, but no doubt we'll see you back in the Cup cars.
Yep, see you then.
All right, mate. Congratulations again on 3rd place, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
We will next bring up our top Kiwi driver. Oh no, our 2nd place driver from New Zealand, and none other than Mr. Ruben Phelps. Welcome to the booth, mate, and congratulations, 2nd place.
Yeah, how's it going, Mark? Yeah, it was yeah, I managed to save that fuel that paid off there.
Yeah, well, I was thinking to myself, I like some of these guys that are got to be getting close to being low on fuel. We heard from Stevie Dove, he was coughing as he was coming into turns 3 and 4. So, how close was it on fuel for you?
Oh, I had about 2 extra laps in him by the sounds of it.
Yeah, right. How'd you find the tyres tonight? I know this place tyres can go off quickly. How'd you find your tyres tonight?
They weren't too bad. I did find that I had the right front tire was pushing a little bit, so I didn't quite get the rotation that I would have preferred. But that's actually what set me into running that fuel strategy because I knew I didn't have the pace or able to stick with it even just going fast, and I had hit the fence at one point. They would obviously would have tightened the truck anyway, so I thought I would make a gamble and just start doing the fuel saving from lap one on that last restart, and I think it was like 1 gallon that we had to save. So I just clutched it, and every corner I just clutched it and just rolled into the corners. And so obviously doing that, you're looking after the tires and saving fuel. And of course, all seem to have managed to get past the guys that were in a similar strategy. Just again, Hamish just there at the right time, just picked me off at the couple laps prior to the finish. But all is good.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, next week, North Wilkes-Barre for the trucks. But we'll see you back in action before then with the Xfinity and Cup cars this week, will we?
Yeah, you'll definitely see me, and next week should be fun. North Wilkes-Barre is pretty good, so well, it can be good or bad for me, but anyway, it's still fun. But no, it'll be good, and I can't wait for the Cup stuff or Xfinity and Cup this week.
Yep. Well, mate, Lachlan had a pretty reasonable finish up in the eighth, but unlucky for your team boss, Matty Ray, got mixed up in that early caution.
Yeah, again, it's just the catalyst of the shenanigans at the back. So I think a couple of people were trying to swerve to miss that first lap incident and caught him and gave him a bit of too much damage. So I'm trying to maybe have to start qualifying now because every time he's qualified, he's actually been quite quick. So
Yeah, I was going to say.
We might have to get him to try and qualify, but I understand why to go the back because the last few times I've done the same thing, but I've just managed to pick through it, and he's just been at the wrong place at the wrong time, getting my bad luck. But he'll come right. It's just having a bad run.
Yeah, definitely. All right, mate. Well, before we let you go, I know you've got a big, long list of sponsors and supporters, and so we'll let you say a cheerio to them and a thanks.
Yeah, I'll thank ANZCAR for doing all their work and putting the league together. Of course, you, Mark, for putting the broadcasts on. Of course, SRM Australia, obviously Matty Ray, Lockie, and Brenton and Russell. And Russell hasn't been around for a while. Noddy hasn't been around for a while, so missing a few of the last couple of races. But of course, Mobile Brake and Mechanical Repairs, Moondog, Maid of Auckland, Murphy's Motor 10, and Lockie's charity of Tears Tourette's, and Brenton's Australia Alopecia.
Yep, no worries, mate. Well, again, congratulations on a second place. We'll see you back in action Wednesday, and then again Thursday, and then again back at North Wilkes-Barre next week for the trucks.
Yeah, cheers, Mark.
All right, so when I can do it, we will bring up our race winner with a great drive from being as far down and buried in the field after that last pit stop, and pulled a rabbit out of his hat and drove like a man possessed. Mr. Hamish Gallagher, congratulations on the race win, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's always liked this track, so yeah, that was a good fun race.
Yeah, mate. What was it? Was that always planned to run that middle section long and then come in and take tyres and fuel like you did, or was it just something that you had to do at that time?
You know, I was planning to try and make it the whole way, but sort of was going to. The cutoff was lap 70. If I could make if I was within a lap or two, I would try and save. But I think on about lap 70, I went up and gave the wall a bit of a rub, and it's like, oh, it's going to be a real long 30 laps on these old tyres. So I thought I'd get a lot more fun if I came and got some 4 freshies and tried to race my way back to the front. So yeah, it was a bit of a last ditch move, but yeah, it paid off. So that's good.
Yeah, no, it was a great move. I was kind of sort of saying to the, we were trying to work out the times. I wasn't quite sure whether you were going to catch him, but then you got that real big spurt with about 10 to go, and it's like, yep, he's definitely going to get back to Stevie Dub, and you definitely did, and got the win.
Yeah, I was trying to keep a rough look on the times there, and it was about a second a lap, but then that was going to be just going to make it because you get to like a lap car and you'd lose time, so it was going to be touch and go. But yeah, I mean, fortunately for me, Stephen sort of ran out of fuel right at that last lap. But
yeah, he said that he was coughing and splattering around 3 and 4.
Yeah, so when you look at the times, it looks pretty good. But it was if he had half more there, we probably would have been pretty touch and go there. But yeah, no, it was a good fun race. It was good they did a good job to save because you're about 2 laps short. So yeah, they did a good job to make it home. So both him and Ruben. So yeah, it was a good job to all them.
Yeah, not a great night for your teammates, Josh and
Dan.
Yeah, Denny G. We've seen them fall by the wayside. Denny G found the wall once or twice, and I missed actually what happened to Josh. Can you enlighten us there, or?
Yeah, he just had an internet dropout, unfortunately for him. So
yeah, right.
Happens to all of us from time to time. Sort of a shame though, because he was on that same strategy, so that was going to be would have been a fun battle there to see if we could have got back to Josh or not. And especially this one of his worst tracks. He doesn't really like this place, so for him to get on pole and lead half the race, it was yeah, a bit of a bummer. But I guess it happens to all of us every now and then. It's just one of those things. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, before we let you go, North Wilkesboro next week. Do you like that, John, or?
I don't know if I'm any good at it, but it's cool to have a nice little short track. So yeah, looking forward to that race next week. That should be good fun.
Yeah, definitely will be. Be fun for us to call. So long as I can find someone else up here in the booth, and people don't have to listen to my dreary voice. But before we let you go, mate, shout out to sponsors and supporters.
Yep, let's shout out to the team, to ANZCAR, to you for doing the broadcast, Mark, and give a special shout out to Norman Clark for his top 5 there tonight. So I was joking with him, this is a real driver's track, so the cream rises to the top. So that's why Norm's up here in the top 5, all that rally experience. And off for him. So yeah, well done, Norm.
Yeah, no, he did very well. Started down towards the back and up into the top 5. So yeah, good sportsmanship there from you, mate, to make a shout out to that. But all right, mate. Well, thanks for your time tonight, and we will see you next week because you're not running the Xfinity or Cup cars this year.
Nah, I did help out the comms on last Wednesday in Xfinity, so that was good fun. So maybe at some point we'll better view in the comms on a Wednesday night, Mark. We might better catch up. So.
Yep, definitely. I'll be there this Wednesday, but yeah. Oh no, actually, I think it's Talladega. So no, I'm going to go out and see if I can repeat my race win from a few years ago.
Oh, good. Well, good luck then, mate.
Well, mate, thanks very much for your time tonight, and we will see you at North Wilkesboro next Monday night for round 10. Season's almost done with.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm sure you're looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right, mate. Thank you very much for your time.
Cool. Cheers. See ya.
See ya. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come to another closing night of ANZCAR Trucks. I hope I haven't been too boring for you. And we can see there on the screen now, next week, round 10, 130 laps at North Wilkesboro. So thank you for joining me tonight here in the booth by myself. I hope I haven't bored you too much. But coming up also this week over on Performance E Streaming, as you heard me talk to the lads, the Cup on Thursday night, Xfinity on Wednesday night, then again on Performance E Streaming on Sunday night, the Australasian Super Cars, and back here on Saturday night with the Weekend Warriors for a 400-mile race now. The boys have said they wanted longer races, so we've given them to it. 400 miles at Texas. That will be from around 7:20 on Saturday night. From me, Mark Johansson, from all the crew here at ANZCAR, stay safe, and we will talk to you again very soon. And thanks for joining me. Night-night now.